other question is, I think the national chair has dealt with the question about how do you characterize the economic freedom fighters. I think that there was a mistaken characterization by the EFF. They once said MK is enemy number one. To realize it was a mistake characterization. It's not possible for, just by the nature of your constituencies and the people and the interests and the politics that you represent, no matter how subjectivity overwhelms you, there are certain characterizations that cannot be true. No matter how you think of certain individuals in terms of their politics and posture, you have to be able to distinguish as a revolutionary between opponents, between potential strategic allies, and enemy forces. Like, despite the fact, like we know as Mkhonto says that the ANC is largely in the hands of enemy forces now in terms of its ideological disposition. That is why they've got no problem associating with the enemy forces and forming a government with them, and giving them strategic departments of basic education, of land. But we despite the fact that we know that they are in bed with enemy forces, we didn't characterize the African National Congress as an enemy force. We said it's a contested opponent. And I would think that this is the characterization that should occur in all political parties.
Good day, everyone, and welcome to another political talk. Welcome to New Zealand, a political channel that talks about politics. So the MK party had its media briefing and they gave an update about a lot of things. But now what I find interesting was the SG Floyd Shivambu responding to Julius Malema. And we know that this comes after their relationship had a breakdown. And Julius Malema declared the MK party to be enemy number one. This comes after they disagreed strongly with the MK party president Jacob Zuma to form one political party, right? To bring the two, to merge the two together, and just to say black people must unite, all the progressive forces, let us unite in one banner, right? And now there was a dispute between the CIC and JZ when it comes to which political party has to be followed. Is it the EFF or the MK party? The unfortunate part was that the EFF now and its leaders, meaning when I say its leaders, not only Julius Malema, the likes of Abdal Mpofu and Floyd Shivambu, decided now to buy the scalem, to buy the proposition that the MK party, JZ, was proposing to them, to say, let us bring one alliance, strong alliance that will represent black people, according to what they were saying, because they were saying that they need to come together because there's an enemy, there's a threat, to form this one bigger, strong alliance, right? And we know that because of now there was this betrayal among the talks when the other one expected to be endorsed by the other one and the other one refused to endorse the other party, and there was a breakaway like that. And not only did that breakaway happen, but it took now the leaders of the EFF to be on the side of the MK party, and this did not come well from the CIC, and he declared them to be enemy number one. So finally, after months and months, the SG of the MK party, Floyd Shivambu, himself responds. And you'll remember the relationship that these two had. They were like Tom and Jerry, meaning they were not separatable by any way or anyhow. You will never separate Floyd and Julius Malema. Where you see Floyd, it's where you see Julius Malema. They were like that, right? To an extent that the CIC said this about Floyd. Do you remember here?
No. So I don't know, Shem. Hey, you'll have to slaughter cows for that fight to happen. It will never happen. That's what the enemy wishes for. He will speak for himself, but from where I'm sitting, I told my son, if I die, you must contact Uncle Floyd so that you guys work together in consultation with your mother on the program of the funeral. My son knows that. So I don't have anybody. Remember, I'm alone. When I was standing there on that thing that took me up there at the in the stadium there, I'm like that. I'm like, I was done. I was alone there. Like if you kill me, it's done. There's no any sibling, no parents, no nothing. So I'm like, for it not to be clumsy politically, you're going to have to consult Uncle Floyd. So you and mom know that, okay, the EFF interests are well taken care of. Because we can't have a situation where there will be an infiltration and then Floyd, they are even told not to speak at my funeral. And then they are very good at hijacking funerals. So why would I entrust someone with such a responsibility if I've got problems?
Yeah, this video just shows how close they were to say that in my funeral, when my children want something, they must remember that there is Uncle Floyd. They must go to Uncle Floyd if they want anything, right? But now the relationship after the talks failed with the MK party and the leaders of the EFF now moving to the MK party, it changed and became sour, right? And the CIC was not very happy about the leaders of the EFF moving to the MK party and the MK party taking the leaders of the EFF, and this is what he said here.
EFF, we don't want to see MKP anywhere. We will meet in parliament, even in funerals. We don't want them. They're everywhere. They're gazebo. MK peace agenda is to destroy the EFF.
So the CIC did declare that he doesn't even want them to come to their funerals, even when they meet at the derby. They don't want even to sit with them, right? So he wants nothing. They must not even greet them, because the CIC was not so very happy. So now, to acknowledging Floyd as the brother, to say that he will cater for the children, to acknowledging Floyd now to be enemy number one and not to come to my funeral. So it means now these two had a relationship breakdown that now gave the result of negative. That was not very healthy at all, right? So now there are some few things that Floyd did outlined about this thing, right? He said that it is not possible for the MK party to be the enemy of the EFF. He says that a mistaken characterization by the EFF is to say that the MK is enemy number one. It was a mistake. It is not possible and it is not true. So it seems like Uncle Floyd now disagreed totally with the CIC. He says that this is not true. The statement was false, right? He went even to make this example. He says that as a revolutionary, you need to distinguish between opponents and enemy forces, and said that the ANC is a contested opponent, but they don't view the ANC as an enemy. And he made this example about the ANC going to alliance or making partnership with the DA, to say that now they are working with the enemy. So according to the MK, the only enemy here is the DA. And it says that the ANC is working with the enemy, but they don't view the ANC as an enemy because they are now in partnership, right? They are working with the DA. Say that they are not an enemy, but they are a contested partners, right? Says that if now people have different political ideologies, you don't have to view them as enemies, right? So far, the CIC has not responded. Maybe you will respond to this, but it was very interesting because it was coming from Uncle Floyd himself. It's either this can give a positive result from the EFF, or it's either it can bring another war from their side, right? We'll just see the outcome of what will be coming. So let us talk about the ANC. So the MK party says that there's a potential, high potential, that they are open to work with the ANC, right? And we know that the breakdown of the ANC, the DA, since these two now are fighting, so meaning the parties like the EFF, the MK party, are saying, in fact, they are availing themselves to say that here we are available.
And our characterization, we should state this, of the former liberation movement, the ANC, is that it remains a contested opponent, not an enemy force yet, despite its current ideological and political disposition and its current alliance with the enemy forces. That is our characterization of the former liberation movement, that the former liberation movement is a contested opponent despite its relationship and alliance with enemy forces.
You are a potential strategic ally. You are not an enemy. We are open to working with you. You just need to, maybe if you don't see any future with the DA, now we are here because you are not our enemy. That is what the MK party said. This was very interesting, right? Says that politics don't need to take things personally, but you must just accept that people have now different political parties and they share different ideologies, right? That was from the MKP, the SG Floyd Shivambu. Please don't forget you can support us by subscribing to this channel, and you can leave a comment on the section below until we meet on the next video, and I'm out.